I, 23F, have two really close friends. For the sake of this post, we'll call them Annie and Brenda. Annie, Brenda, and I are the same age. We have known each other for almost 10 years now, but within the past 2 years is when we started to get a lot closer. I'd like to mention I've always been close to Annie. I just recently started getting close to Brenda again. Since April of last year, we have made it a monthly thing to get together. We have done picnics, malls, beach, restaurants, you name it. August was our last get-together because our work schedules would coincide and we could never agree on a date. August was also the month I literally shit my pants. I have IBS due to my anxiety, and that particular get-together, we were arguing about planning next month's get-together when I just felt a rush of anxiety come from the conversation. I knew it was out of my control, so I don't feel too horrible or ashamed or embarrassed anymore. Anyways, we haven't seen each other since then. We talk a lot on the phone, text mostly every other few days, and even FaceTime. Last week, in our group chat, we had decided to FaceTime. And after being on the phone for about an hour, we were close to hanging up when Annie and Brenda go, "See you Sunday," to each other, and I'm like, "Huh, what?" And they respond, "Yeah, we're going to this event on Sunday. We told you, but you said you didn't want to come." And I go, "Oh yeah, no, you're right. I don't want to do that. Just because it's not my thing." Anyways, I implied we go after that event to the nearby areas downtown to a bar to which they had agreed to, and we had set plans. Everything was well. I got dropped off by my boyfriend at this event they were attending, and they told me to go inside the stadium and meet them at the section they were sitting at. I was very late to the event, and I only went inside to meet them, not to attend or be there for the actual event going on. I go inside and ask an employee for directions to their seats, and after walking for about 10 minutes, the event had ended and everyone was walking by and leaving. I was shoulder to shoulder with people exiting while I am just going the complete opposite way. Turns out Annie and Brenda were on the complete other side of the stadium. I was upset after having walked so much in opposite traffic trying to reach them until eventually they said they would come to me instead. I waited for about another 10 minutes, and they just were nowhere to be found. They called me, and I told them I was still waiting for them to show up, that way we can head together to the nearby bar. On the phone, they were laughing and being a little rude about how out of their way I was. Mind you, it was their idea for me to enter the stadium to begin with. Anyways, I told them, "Fine, I'll meet you guys at the exit." I go to the exit to find out they're already walking towards the bar. All of this was happening during sundown, so it was getting dark fast. Because they were on the other side of the stadium, they exited near where the bar was. Meanwhile, I was still waiting for them outside where they said they were going to come to me. Then they say to just walk to them, and from there we'll go together. I told them no, I didn't feel safe or comfortable walking alone because downtown in my city, it can get a little sketchy. They were insisting I just go and see them there and walk by myself. I told them I would be there in 5 minutes, but I ended up just going home. I didn't tell them I was going home until my boyfriend came back to pick me up, and we were on our way home. They got livid and pissed. They began saying I'm a bitch because Brenda had changed her work schedule for the following day so that we can spend more time together out and drinking. Annie agreed by name-calling me, saying that if I were going to leave I should have at least let them know, even though they were already at the bar. We began arguing, and I told them I was waiting and waiting for them, and how they just left without me, to which they replied, "We would have just gone to get you if we knew you were leaving." I don't understand why they couldn't come to begin with, because I know them well enough that neither of them would have taken that walk alone through the sketchy part of downtown to the bar. We got into a big argument about how I always flake and never want to hang out with them. We haven't talked in about a week since this happened, and I truly don't think I'm in the wrong. Am I the asshole for leaving? Should I just have toughened up and made that walk to meet them, although they had me walking back and forth and waiting for a while like an idiot in the stadium? Any insight is appreciated.
Tia.
Also, I made this extremely long prob for zero reason. This is really long, sorry in advance. TLDR is acceptable.